Okay. So we'll call the meeting to order as we attempt to resolve some technical difficulties on the Zoom end. So I guess we should have a roll call. We need to make sure we have a quorum present. So those of you on video, you'd like to acknowledge your presence, please.
Kirill Tropin is here.
The only thing I can think to do is restart.
John Vogel, and he's working on his technical difficulties.
Okay, Eric,
Chet
help
Wade,
me.
staff.
What phone? Text me the phone number. Maybe I'll just call in. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You just have to laugh at it sometimes.
We'll continue to work on that. Do we have any citizens' comments? I see we have Morgan, one citizen attendee. Morgan, did you want to make any comments tonight?
You have to hit a lot of
Yeah.
Just 1 second, we'll allow you to talk there. 1 sec, okay. Anything that you would like to contribute tonight, Morgan?
No, I just here to champion and answer any questions. Thank you for your questions that you sent me email on the guide ordinance. So I'll send you the answers when we got them.
Okay, well, at some point later,
Hey, Eric.
we have, but we'll be talking about that issue a little bit later.
All right, so we have Mr. Vogel on my cell for audio purposes. Hey, John, just so you're aware, we kind of deputized Chet just to get things started. So there are no citizens' comments, so that's where we're at on the agenda at the moment. So the next agenda item would be the commissioner liaison report, and Jeff is traveling.
Caveat: there's Mr. Gano from Navajo. He sent an email right after our last month's meeting about the leaf blowers. So
yes.
just entering that officially into the public comment, since he was not able to make the meeting, he sent an email. So, and that's been dispersed to the.
Okay, but he is not on.
No, he is not alive. So I
make sure of that.
make that
Okay,
for the
thank
record.
you.
So, sorry, Eric.
No, that's fine. I thank you for doing that. And so that, John, so we're, that was citizens' comments. So next on the agenda would be the commissioner liaison report. Jeff is traveling for business, so there's no report.
Okay.
So the next agenda item would be economic business district committee report. I don't see anyone from that.
Kirill.
Oh, Kirill is, yeah, I'm sorry, Kirill. Sorry. We're all discombobulated over here.
Oh, no
Apologize.
worries.
Any
worries.
report, Kirill?
No, not this time. I'm expecting something next time.
Okay, very good. Sounds good. So moving on, historic preservation. Phil, anything?
Well, we didn't really meet either, so I don't really have too much to say. I did want to point out that there's been a lot of discussions about the appropriations for the National Historic Preservation Act, keeping that in place, and one of the House of Representative members of the committee said that was driven to tears when he made the point that there are only two buildings, federal buildings in DC, that are not covered under Section 106 of the National Historic Preservation Act. One of them being the White House, and we see what happens when we don't appropriate the National Historic Preservation Act. The East Wing is gone. Yeah, we'll try to meet with the Historical Society. They're actually having their meeting right now.
Okay.
So I will get in touch with them and have more of a report next month, hopefully.
Fantastic. Thank you, Phil. All right, John, I'm not sure if you have the agenda in front of you. The next would be the Sustainability and Local Ecology Committee.
We haven't been able to meet since our last board meeting. We met the three of us over the weekend and looked at a couple of our agenda items. One of them we discussed previously, and that's the proposal from Lebo Green regarding banning single-use plastic bags as well as foam containers. And if you remember, the chair asked our committee as well as the Economic and Business District Committee to both look at it because it has both obviously environmental and sustainability components as well as an impact on the business district. What we've been doing recently is just digging a little deeper into it. We were presented a great deal of information by Lebo Green, which we greatly appreciate. And so we started to look at other issues about how, what other communities in Pennsylvania in particular have instituted similar measures. We all know about the city of Pittsburgh, but there are about 40 communities in the state of the Commonwealth that have done so. Some as large as Philadelphia, down to as small as Edgewood Borough here in Allegheny County. So we think, if we were to go ahead and propose this or forward this recommendation to the commissioners, lots of issues in terms of how you implement it in a community like ours, which is not all that large, and what it means to local environmental impact. We forwarded some more questions back to the folks at Lebo Green, hoping they can help provide resources. And we are looking forward to working with the folks in the Economic Development Committee just as they start to examine the issue as well. So it's not anything that we have not spent some time on, but we think it will require still a little bit more time and research before I think we're comfortable presenting anything to the board in terms of a recommendation one way or the other. But interesting and important issue. The other one we've spent some time on, I know we've now received a second request from a resident regarding banning gas-powered leaf blowers. Again, we've started to do some more research into that, what other communities have done with it. And again, it's there are communities larger and smaller that have done this kind of ban. And again, trying to look at it at the perspective of Mount Lebanon, a community of 30-some thousand people that is surrounded by other communities and what the effect would be. I just wanted to let the residents know that we are not sitting on the issue and we're not ignoring the issue, but we do want to make sure that whatever recommendation we would make it to the board is a fully informed decision. So those are the two primary things we've worked on recently. Elaine, anything I've missed or you'd like to add?
No, I tried to contact Forest Hills about their ordinance.
Edgewood.
Why did I say
You're
that?
right next
Sorry.
door. Very
Yeah,
close.
and it was in fact Edgewood that I tried to contact, and I have not heard back yet.
Good.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, so again, we haven't dropped the issues. We just want to keep digging into them so we fully understand them, because there's, as you can imagine, lots of complexities to them.
And then if I may just, this board advanced the Hidden Hollow tree canopy biodiversity expansion at the Mount Lebanon Golf Course proposal. So at the last meeting, there was a motion which passed. That motion was sent to the manager, Mr. McGill. Mr. McGill asked that I sit and speak to staff. So we had an internal meeting, myself, the recreation director, Dave Donnellan, and then Colin, who is the manager at the golf course. And I gave them, I apprised them on the plan. We reviewed it. The next step is we've been asked to present the concept to the Parks Advisory Board. And my understanding is the committee would like to do that after the new year. Obviously, we're rolling very quickly into the holiday season. And it can be difficult to get quorums and people together. So we're just going to hit the ground running in January. And I anticipate we would look to present that Hidden Hollow concept to the Parks Advisory Board for their not only edification, but feedback before we make any, plot any next steps.
And we're certainly happy to do that with the caveat that what we presented, of course, was not a park,
right,
but a restoration project. So, which is why, we tackled it first rather than the Parks Board. But yeah, happy to do that at come the beginning of next year.
Perfect. Okay, the next thing on the agenda, John, is staff liaison report, which would be myself and Mr. Wharton, if he has anything. If you want me to just launch into that, John?
Sure, please do.
Okay. I'll keep it brief. We do have a new business that'll be opening on Washington Road that we're pretty excited about. Actually, around this time last year, we had a presentation with the Mount Lebanon Partnership about a number of things related to the specifically the Uptown Business District, Beverly as well, but mostly Uptown, regarding vibrancy and the notion of attracting more retail. We've been doing just that. Most of the new business starts have been retail. And I'm happy to announce we have yet another one. So right at 660 Washington Road, right by Totopo, Jay Jones is moving in. So that's a primarily women's clothier, evening wear, formal wear, think gowns, things of that nature. So she very well could be open before the holiday market and uptown holiday market and holiday celebration, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So that would be early December. So they're in the process of getting that space ready. And again, we anticipate that new business opening in the uptown corridor, next month, early next month. The other two big items on the horizon are holiday celebrations. So on December 4th, Thursday, December 4th, from 7 to 8:30 p.m. will be the Beverly Bright Night. We shut down Beverly Road. The merchants have sidewalk sales, various things. We have a special visitor from the north. It's a fun event, very, very neighborhood scaled. Kids run around, just kind of goofball in the closed street. It's a good time. And then the second one is the Uptown celebration, which is Saturday, December 6th. That runs noon to 5. So we have a holiday market with dozens of various vendors, craftspeople, food vendors, things of that nature. We have a cookie tour. We have a model railroad that's set up here in the municipal building, a series of musical groups from local Mount Lebanon schools, everything from Washington to the high school. They'll be performing in the municipal building. There's a cookie tour. Mount Lebanon Partnership launched a window decorating contest. There's an elf hunt. And then new this year is a chili cook-off between fire, police, and MRTSA, our ambulatory services. And that'll be at the public safety building. So a lot of stuff going on, big celebration. We encourage everyone to come out and support our local businesses with all of their holiday shopping. We'll also have a quick tree lighting at 5 p.m. on that Saturday here uptown. And then as a celebration of the diversity of the community, we're also for the first time installing a menorah to celebrate Hanukkah. And then we have what's called a Kinara, which celebrates Kwanzaa. Those new installations will be in Clearview Common.
Great. The next item is the student liaison report. Viola?
So sorry, Eric, if I may ask you a question first before
Yeah.
we move on. Eric, so there were budget discussions. Anything relevant to us, to this board in the budget?
It's not officially passed yet, so it's premature really to talk about it, but all signs are pointing in a very good direction for the funding of phase 1 of the Activate Uptown project. So that would be, if it passes, which I anticipate it will, that vote will be the first meeting in December.
Okay.
The dates, I don't have the date in front of me, but it's the second Tuesday of December.
It's the 9th.
The 9th. Okay, thank you, Greg. So December 9th. But yeah, that was part of in the capital budget. So that would be various improvements around the clock tower plaza, the stairway, which we're calling the portal. So sunshades, public introduction of public art, a bike runnel, and various other amenities in the placemaking, in the guise of placemaking. So that's probably the most salient. And also Greg and I's staff positions were funded. So you'll get to work with us for another year at least. So does that answer?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Carol, for bringing that up. I'm always I'm very conservative about making announcements until there's actually votes, but they went through the budget workshops, those wrapped up last week, and everything is looking favorable for moving the first phase of Activate Uptown forward. So I think we get back to the student liaison.
So often on my commute to school, I often see people waiting, especially like on Cochrane Road, near where it intersects with Bauer. There's all these bus stops, but they're only marked simply by a sign. It's people just simply waiting by this, any place that's marked by a sign. And while there is shelters, in some stations, it only serves lines that some people aren't taking. And why this is like really important is that bus ridership is probably one of our best ways to reduce our carbon footprint. Like we can reduce the way cars produce carbon with like roundabouts, but if you really want to reduce it, you got to take the car out of the equation, or at least encourage people to at least make more use of the public transit that we have access to in this town. Now, while these stations, of course, do not warrant the construction of shelters, as that would be cost prohibitive, in other areas where they've had the same problem, they've had these neat solutions to at least encouraging people to make use of the public transit in the area. One such is the DC metro area, specifically around Arlington. In that area, the town actually hadn't done anything to help its citizens who were often waiting at these bus stops that were just simply marked by a sign and nothing else. And so what citizens did was that they themselves actually installed seats near these stations. And I think seats probably provide the best compromise to these stations that have low ridership, is that it's not cost prohibitive, but at least provides an amenity that shows the people that are riding that they should use it and that the people around them care that they use it. And especially with Pittsburgh buses, ridership's been, even though it's recovering, it's still nowhere near where it was pre-pandemic levels. And that's and while some of that can be attributed to remote work, there's without a doubt people who've started driving again, and that's adding to our carbon footprint that we need to again reduce. One of the ways that I think that this solution could apply to us is that if the town could at least sponsor people, or at least sponsor some kind of organization to encourage people that they could set up these benches, or at least fund something to set up these benches. It could even come to the town itself funding benches, but I think just low cost, simple seating, like single seats or just small benches could be a real cost effective way of reducing our carbon footprint.
Wonderful. Great.
Thank you.
So, yeah, if you, for a future meeting, I would be interested in seeing like pictures and examples of what this looks like. Since I haven't seen it before, I'm just trying to get my head around it, but that's an interesting thought.
I have the article with me. I can pull it up, but.
Why don't we share that? We'll distribute that to the full board.
And, that reminds me, it's not Apollo's part of our agenda, but Kirill, when the Economic and Business District Committee meets next, if you guys get any updates on the Port Authority's plans now that they've been funded, I'm really curious if, because we were going to be losing essentially almost all the bus service in Mount Lebanon under one of their plans. I'm curious if that's still the plan, because that would be sad to see.
That's true. And they are partially funded, but at any moment that can, the recently passed state budget did not have any increases for mass transit. So I think Port Authority's PRT is I don't think we're in any imminent threat of losing the bus service, at least immediately, but that could happen at any time. It could happen at any moment. So advocacy for mass transit funding is always an important thing. And then Kirill also, just as a edification for you in Mount Lebanon, we have Move Lebo. Kirill's been involved in that, as well as other folks, and they're a grassroots 501c3, right, Kirill?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a 501c3, so they're now chartered. They're designated as a 501c3, the IRS, but they're an advocacy group about mass transit, pedestrian flow, all of these sorts of things. So they have a pretty nice website, a newsletter. They have meetups and various other volunteer activities. So if you haven't checked them out, and then there may be a way to engage Move Lebo and that type of a concept.
Yeah, the idea sounded excellent and aligns with our Resiliency Board. So thank you for sharing it.
Moving on the agenda, we have, student liaison report. Anything under old business or new business?
No.
Okay, seeing none, announcement of the next meeting time and date, be Wednesday the 17th at 6 p.m. With that, will someone make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All right, Ms. Silver, thank you very much. I appreciate your patience.
Oh, wait,
Reconvene. I just remembered that.
yeah, I don't know that the meeting minutes were, because we were dealing with the technical issues. I do think we need to, I don't know if we have to gavel in the meeting again.
I would just say, we didn't take really a final vote on the adjournment. So at this point, with the meeting minutes, does anybody have any questions or comments on them? No. Will someone make a motion to approve the meeting minutes?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
I'll second them. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, none. Okay, back to the,
Adjournment.
just make sure we're not missing anything else, right? Okay.
Correct.
I think we're
With
good.
that, motion to adjourn meeting.
So-
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, John.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, everybody, for dealing with our technical issues.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving all.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.